And now onto our dinosaur of the day, Astrophocaudia, which was a request from Tyrant King via our Patreon/Discord. So thank you. And of course, it's another sauropod because we got to keep this sauropod train going.
We gotta.
Yeah. When it's an episode on why Brontosaurus is the best, definitely. So Astrophocaudia was a Somphospondylan sauropod that lived in the Early Cretaceous in what is now Texas in the US. It was found in the Trinity Group. And Somphospondyli are titanosauriforms. They lived from the Late Jurassic to the end of the Cretaceous. Some of their features include having at least 15 neck bones, neck vertebrae. Astrophocaudia looked somewhat like Brachiosaurus, though they're not closely related. It walked on 4 legs. It had a pretty upright neck. That's why I think it looks like Brachiosaurus. And of course, the neck was long, as well as a relatively long tail and small head. It's estimated to be about 59 feet or 18 meters long and weigh up to 20 tons. The type species is Astrophocaudia slaughteri.
Yes. That's intense.
It is. Although the species name is in honor of Robert Slaughter, who excavated the specimen in 1969, not because it seemed like it was the slaughtering type.
It wasn't slaughtering like the Lost World rampaging sauropod swallowing people whole.
No, we saved that for Brontosaurus. The genus name Astrophocaudia means non-twisting tail or star tail, and it refers to Astrodon. It was described in 2012 by Michael Demick while he was a doctoral student at the Museum of Paleontology of the University of Michigan. The holotype was found back in 1969, and in 1974 it was referred to Pleurocoelus species, SP, so it wasn't clear which species exactly, but now it's considered to be a junior synonym of Astrodon. And then Demick redescribed Trinity Group sauropods and named the specimen Astrophocaudia. Sauropods from the early Cretaceous were some of the first dinosaurs found in North America, but that also means there's been some confusion around them. Because sauropods, they were common, they were diverse, and they were big, but their large size also makes them hard to study because a lot of their fossils are incomplete. Or a lot of the skeletons found are incomplete. So there's been a lot of confusion around the sauropods, Astrodon, and Pleurocoelus over 125 years or so. Astrodon was named in 1865. We talked about that as our dinosaur of the day in episode 284. And Pleurocoelus was named in 1888, and many consider it to be a junior synonym of Astrodon. In his 2012 paper, Demick said that he considered both Astrodon and Pleurocoelus to be nomina dubia, doubtful names, because they didn't have unique features, and in the case of Pleurocoelus nanus, it wasn't clear where exactly the bones from which it was named, the type species, were even found, and it's possible they represented a chimera. There was multiple individuals or multiple species. In the paper, he also found that some of those Astrodon and Pleurocoelus fossils were actually Paluxysaurus and Sauroposeidon, and Paluxysaurus was later found by Demick to be a junior synonym of Sauroposeidon. The holotype of Astrophocaudia is a partial skeleton. It includes 2 neck bones, fragments of the backbones, 21 tail bones, and about 20 fragmentary ribs, as well as parts of the tail and shoulder blade and hip, and just a lot of other fragments.
That doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah, it's just they're fragments. 2 teeth were also found, but it turns out they weren't teeth. They were part of a vertebra.
Oh, wow. That's a small fragment.
Yeah. And then 3 more tail bones or vertebrae were later classified as Astrophocaudia. They were originally thought to belong to turtles, as well as another tooth was later considered to be Astrophocaudia. There seem to be a number of examples in paleontology where dinosaur bones were thought to be turtle or turtle-like bones.
Yes, like Therizinosaurus, for example.
Yes, that's probably the most famous one.
It's a pretty good one.
It is a good one, and I love the original art when it was thought to be a turtle.
Yeah.
But anyway, those 3 tail bones were found in a drawer with some other bits and fragments of the holotype, along with a note card that showed that it was thought to belong to a turtle vertebrae. All of the tail bones are from the same location, and they're the same shape, size, and state of preservation, so it seems like they belong together. So that means the holotype now has 24 tail bones, as well as a tooth. That tooth is 17 millimeters, or about 0.6 inches long.
Oh, so there was a tooth. They weren't all just pieces of vertebrae.
A tooth that was found later.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
And Demick found unique features in the vertebrae, which makes sense. There were a lot of vertebrae found. And that's how he ended up saying this is unique enough to be Astrophocaudia. Some other dinosaurs that lived around the same time and place as Astrophocaudia include the carnivorous Carcharodontosaur, Acrocanthosaurus, the sauropod Sauroposeidon, and the iguanodon Tenontosaurus. And some other animals that lived around the same time and place include crocodilomorphs, pterosaurs, fish, and, of course, turtles.
Yeah. Turtles.
Well, I was thinking because there was the mix-up.
Not because it was trying to eat them,
There
smash them.
No, nothing about that. No evidence of that we know of.
Okay.